Hello, this program will show you how to enter numbers into your C# program and do some math with them. So I have started by creating a project called First Numbers. In it I have a couple of labels, I have a text box, and I have a button. The text box is named text Celsius. The button is named button convert. What we're going to do is we're going to type a number here, and then we're going to convert it and show it as a Fahrenheit. So we're going to do that by placing an event handler for when a button is clicked. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a string variable. I'm going to call it input Celsius, and then what this input Celsius is going to be equal to is going to be equal to my text Celsius. So input Celsius is equal to text Celsius, the text of that. Okay, and then the first thing we're going to do is, let's see if we can show what we are entering. Label Fahrenheit is equal to input Celsius. Let's check. And label Fahrenheit .txt, the text of that, is equal to input Celsius 123 or 124. Let's go ahead and replace that with this little text here instead. One, two, three. Now I'll show that little text before the number. Okay, so I'll leave it like that. Now the next thing that I would like to do is I would like to declare a couple of variables of the numeric type. Okay, so there's two kinds of numbers. There's double, which is a number which has numbers after the decimal digit, and there's an integer which is just whole numbers. So since the user could enter numbers which have digits after the decimal, we want to allow that, and we're going to create a double, and we're going to create two variables on the same line. We're going to create a Celsius and a Fahrenheit, right? So I declared two variables of the double type on the same line of code, on the same statement. So now the next thing what I'm going to do is I want to convert this string variable or text as the user has entered it into a number. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say C equals double parse, and we're going to say the input Celsius. That's what we're going to be parsing. So we're going to be converting the text to a number. And then the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to replace this little text here with Celsius, just C, and it should stay the same, should still work the same. 1, 2, 3, convert, still shows the same. Now the next thing we're going to do is let's do some math. So what we're going to do is first, what we're going to do is, this is the formula for the conversion. All right, but before I get to that formula, let me illustrate something for you. So I'm going to copy just this piece right here, 9 divided by 5, and actually I'm going to insert right here, I'm going to insert 3 divided by 2. Okay, and then I'm going to run that, and let's see what it shows. If I had 1, 2, 3, 3 divided by 3, it just shows me that result, which is 1. Right, so why is it showing me 1 when I'm doing 3 divided by 2? If I go in there and I do 4 divided by 2, right, and I run it, and if I just hit the button, and the program crashed because I'm supposed to type something. So let's go back to running it again. I'm going to start the program. So I'm going to type something before I hit the button, and it shows 2. So 2 is 4 divided by 2. Okay, that's fine. Let me try 1 divided by 2. Start. enter some number, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 divided by 2 now, it's showing me a 0. Why is it a 0? Well, it thinks that since you're trying to divide two integers, then the result must be an integer as well. So what it's doing is it's converting 1 divided by 2. It's figuring out, oh, it's 0.5, but you're telling it, since you initially start as integers, it thinks that your result must be also an integer, which is a whole number, which leaves it as a 0. This problem here is known as integer division. All right? That's the problem that we encounter when we try to divide two integers, right? You end up result is another integer. Okay? So an easy way to modify this is I can just go in there and I'm going to say, okay, well, my formula then is going to be 9.0 divided by 5.0. And if I did that here, actually, let me show you, 1.0 divided by 2.0, and I run the program, then it will show me 0.5 because it knows that I told it to work with doubles. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to use we're going to avoid integer division for our formula. We're going to calculate the Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit is going to be equal to 9 divided by 5 times the Celsius the user has entered plus some number, and then we're going to run the program and replace this here that we were testing earlier to show you with F, and now we should have a working program. So let's say I have a 33 Celsius, that's about 91 Fahrenheit. If I have 0 Celsius, it's 32 Fahrenheit.